You might not be a fan of poetry, but I'm sure you'll admit that poetry can be beautiful from an artistic or creative standpoint. We got the three shortlisted candidates of the 2017 Nigeria Prize for Literature to read or recite from their collection of poems. Enjoy them.
A last-minute errand saved me. It should have been my husband to hurry with an open flame lamp to fetch the small metal box of money and keepsakes buried under the thorn tree 15 steps from the house. But he was packing the donkey with our load of grief for the trek to Gozamer. The dust of despair carried by the wind of their horses reached me first, and I became a pillar of salt. They knew to save bullets for a fight. Here, a half-abandoned mud house. Here, a deserted village bearing witness to the glory of weeds in the devil's garden. I watched the night explode and melt the moon, my shadow or a ghost weeping softly. I must have died after all and risen in the morning to wake the dead. He was not by the donkey, burnt with our hope of another life tied to his back. I found him in our bedroom, hugging the Quran, his lips still recoiling from prophets who burned God's word, chanting, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. Smoke clouds like minarets of mineral heat above their heads. I can hardly breathe now, but I will at last, their God.
And the monarch stirred up a row against the scorn, as he fled and blew his loud belligerent horn. As a mortal stepping on my toes, whose pride impels to take sides with my foes, and he charged his faithful's weight as then dispatch. Go, turn out the kingdoms patch by patch. Dig him out and fling him down to hell, while still dripping with my ass's spell. He's not accustomed yet to spare a man who dares to glean our foes as best he can. Such a man of learning, strike him dead and bring before my throne his upright head. Ignore his soul or what may prove his luck. Rather lose a lamb than forgo rather flock. For such a man, if left to thrive on earth, may void our honor and enforce our debts. Yes, there's a proper fate that awaits him. I charge you now to move and quench his dream. Ungracious though I know this is, let Zumba die. I've marked a valley where his corpse will lie. Thus, with lightning in his eyes, thunder in his voice, the king dispatched his faithfuls, yes, his boys.
Dan, 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 dan. Gently and steadily, the old man pulls the thread of the loom. Dan, 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 dan. He limps his way through the rugged terrain that stretches before him, but outpaces strides of those without age or other kinds of challenges. Dan, 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 dan. The cotton tree stands unnoticed amidst iroko and palm trees, but its soft sheets of fabric cover the entire wall's nakedness. Dan, 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 dan. It's not only years that confer wisdom, says the young crocodile that has dug his hole with tools of his mouth and satiated with fish. Dan, 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 dan. It's not the hawk that gives one power, boasts the black ant after stabbing the elephant's butt and downing the giant of the jungle. Then, 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 then. One's speed comes not just from a multiplicity of limbs. The two-legged mocks the millipede it always flashes past. Then, 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 then. More than thrice, and accompanied by his kind, the cock crows are done. But only once does the cheerful but taciturn sun rise to wake up the world. Then, 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 then. I am not a priest, but consecrated a temple on the mountain's top, where I chant invocations and panegyrics to my benevolent muse. Then, 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 then. Nor am I a king with the paraphernalia that weighs down the unwary, but am covered with songs assuaging every ache that afflicts the head. Then, 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 then. Gently and steadily, the old man pulls the thread of the loom. Then, 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 then.